So we're diving deep today into how AI is, well, shaking things up in cybersecurity, and not in a good way.
Yeah.
We've got some excerpts here from an article. It's called "Top AI Threats Keeping Cybersecurity Leaders Up at Night." And, well, let me tell you, it's pretty intense. Picture this, right? A retreat for these cybersecurity leaders, like nestled in those giant California redwoods.
Sounds peaceful.
Right. Super peaceful, right? But get this. The topic they're discussing, anything but tea relaxing.
Oh.
These folks are wrestling with AI-powered threats. And we're not talking about some far-off sci-fi situation.
Yeah.
This is like happening right now.
It's interesting. We used to think of AI as a tool for cybersecurity, a potential helper.
Right.
But now it's like the bad guys are using it as a weapon, and that changes everything.
Completely.
Yeah.
And one of the scariest things, I think, is AI-powered phishing.
Yeah.
Forget those like obvious emails from princes asking for money. This is next level phishing.
Think about it this way. Before, it was like casting a huge net and hoping to catch a few random fish. Now, with AI, it's like using a laser to target specific fish. They're going after you, personally.
The article, it talks about how AI can actually respond in real time during these attacks. Like have a conversation back and forth.
Right.
There's this crazy story about a financial institution, right?
Yeah.
They got tricked into sending like $500,000 because, well, the AI was pretending to be their CEO in emails.
And answering questions like so convincingly,
Oh, wow.
What's really unsettling is they used like public financial reports to tailor those emails.
Oh, wow.
So it was hyper relevant to that specific employee they targeted. And the AI was like adaptive, responding in a way that just made the scam even more believable.
So it's not just about having a strong password anymore, is it?
No, no, no.
It's your whole online presence, your social media, your work stuff, even how you write.
It can all be used against you.
That's wild. And it's not even just emails, right? We got to worry about deepfakes, too.
Oh, yeah.
They've gone way beyond just like celebrity faces being swapped, haven't they?
Definitely. Everyone's seen those funny videos, but the reality is a lot darker.
Yeah.
The article, it mentions this case where a UK energy company, they lost over 220,000 euros to a scammer using a deepfake voice.
On a phone call?
Yep. Pretending to be the CEO.
I mean, it makes you think twice about picking up the phone, doesn't it?
Right.
Like, imagine your bank calls. Fraud department, right. The voice is perfect. They even know some of your recent transactions.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, there's a problem. Just send a small payment to fix it. Would you, like, even question it?
Exactly. It plays on our trust. And as deepfakes get even better, harder to detect, easier to make, these scams, they're going to explode. Two-factor authentication might not even be enough anymore.
Right.
They can use all that personal info they've gathered to bypass security questions.
So even those accounts that seem super secure. Okay, so we've got AI crafting these crazy personalized attacks, phishing and deepfakes that are like almost undetectable. But it doesn't stop there, right?
Well,
there's this whole other level of risk lurking beneath the surface. AI supply chain risks. What's that all about?
Well, it gets a little sneaky here. Basically, when companies are like, hey, let's put AI in our stuff, they often turn to other companies, vendors, to supply the tech.
Okay.
And that's where it gets risky. Those vendors, they might not have the same security standards.
The article, it had this chilling example. A healthcare data breach.
Yeah.
A chatbot, right. Weak security. Boom. Over 100,000 patient records exposed.
And here's the thing. A lot of times, these AI integrations, they happen silently, like through software updates.
So you might not even know you're using a product that has AI in it, let alone if it's secure.
Exactly. It's a hidden danger.
Or like a ticking time bomb.
Exactly. We really need more transparency when it comes to these third-party vendors, especially if they're using AI.
Like we got to start asking tougher questions.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so we've got AI powering phishing, generating these deepfakes, and sneaking in these hidden risks through the supply chain. But it feels like we're only seeing the tip of the iceberg here.
Yeah.
The experts at that retreat, they were talking about this thing called the scaling law. What is that exactly?
Well, this is where we start looking into the future of AI threats. And to be honest, it's not a pretty picture. This scaling law hypothesis, it basically says that as AI models get bigger, process more data, their capabilities, they explode.
Hold on, are you saying these threats, which are already terrifying, are just going to keep getting worse? like exponentially worse.
That's what this law suggests, and it's happening faster than we might realize.
The article quotes this guy, Jason Clinton. He's a CISO at Anthropic. He basically said that if you're only preparing for the AI threats we have today,
You're already behind.
it's starting to feel like a losing battle.
It's not about giving up, but understanding the scale of the challenge and adapting. The potential for AI to be used maliciously, it's very real. But so is its potential for good. It's this constant, arms race.
Oh, okay.
Attackers and defenders, they're both using AI, trying to outsmart each other.
A constant back and forth.
Yeah,
Like a Cold War.
exactly, a cybersecurity Cold War. Both sides are always coming up with new strategies, new tech, trying to one-up each other.
So it's like this constant game of cat and mouse, but with AI calling the shots on both sides.
Right. The article, it describes this one cybercrime group. They used AI to automate vulnerability scanning across thousands of corporate networks at the same time.
Oh, wow.
This AI, it could spot weaknesses, known exploits, and launch attacks instantly, as soon as it found a hole.
It's like having an army of AI hackers constantly poking and prodding at your defenses.
Yeah.
No wonder those cybersecurity leaders are stressed out.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we even fight back against something that powerful? I mean, are we just doomed to be one step behind, forever playing catch-up?
Not necessarily. We need to start using AI for defense, too.
Oh, okay.
And that's where all these new AI security startups come in. They're developing some really cutting-edge tools.
Like what?
Using machine learning to spot anomalies, identify phishing campaigns, even flag deepfakes.
In real time?
Yeah, in real time.
So it's like fighting fire with fire.
Right.
We need to use AI's power to, beef up our defenses, stay one step ahead of the attacker.
Exactly. The article mentions one company. They're using AI to analyze huge amounts of network data, looking for patterns that might signal an attack. They can even automatically quarantine suspicious devices before they can do any harm.
That's incredible. It sounds like we're at the beginning of a major shift in how we think about cybersecurity. It's not just about firewalls and antivirus anymore.
Right.
It's about using AI to actively hunt down threats and respond immediately.
AI is completely changing the game on both sides of the cybersecurity landscape.
Okay, so we've covered a lot here. AI phishing, deepfakes, the scaling law, this whole cybersecurity Cold War. It's a lot to take in. But let's shift gears for a minute and talk about what we can actually do with this knowledge. What are some takeaways for our listeners? Right now, today, what steps can they take to protect themselves?
The biggest thing is awareness. We need to educate ourselves and each other about these AI-powered attacks and how to spot them. This isn't just for tech people, it's for everyone.
Right. It's like learning a new language.
Yeah.
We need to understand the terms, the tactics, the warning signs, so we can be safe in this new digital world.
Exactly. The article mentioned this company. They're doing something pretty cool. They're actually using simulated AI attacks to train their employees.
Oh, interesting.
It's like giving them a taste of what these attacks actually look like so they're better prepared in the real world.
That's a really smart idea.
It helps people develop that healthy skepticism, that instinct to question things. Anything that seems a little off, don't just blindly trust emails or phone calls or even videos. Always double check, verify. If something seems too good to be true, it probably is. It's about creating this culture of vigilance. Always double checking.
So education is key. What about using AI for defense, on a personal level? Can we actually use AI to protect ourselves in our daily lives?
Definitely. There are already a bunch of AI-powered security tools out there for regular people, like password managers.
Right.
They use machine learning to make those super strong, unique passwords for all your accounts.
Oh, okay.
And there are even AI-powered anti-phishing tools. They can help identify and block those sketchy emails before you even see them.
So it's like we have a secret weapon now in our arsenal.
We do. But it's important to remember AI is a double-edged sword, right? It can be used for good or bad.
Right.
But the more we understand the risks, the opportunities, we can make smarter choices about how we use AI, how we interact with it.
What about those hidden risks in the supply chain? Is there anything we can do to protect ourselves from threats we don't even know are there?
This is where it gets tricky. But there are things we can do. It starts with being more aware of the software, the services we use. Don't just trust a company blindly. Do some research.
Oh, okay.
Ask them about their security practices, how they're using AI, what data they're collecting, what security measures they have in place.
It's all about due diligence.
That's right. We need to be informed consumers when it comes to technology. And the companies we trust with our data.
And it's not just an individual thing. We need to hold companies accountable, right?
Yes.
Demand transparency, push for stronger rules and regulations, support organizations that are pushing for ethical and responsible AI.
That's a great point. This isn't just a battle for individuals, it's a collective effort. We need to work together to create a safer digital world for everyone.
Exactly. And that brings us to a broader point. As AI gets more integrated into our lives, the lines between cybersecurity and just plain security,
Right.
they're starting to blur.
Right.
What do you mean by that?
Well, think about it. AI is being used everywhere. Self-driving cars, healthcare, finance. And as these AI systems get more complex, more interconnected, the consequences of a security breach, they get a lot bigger.
It's not just about our data anymore. It's about our physical safety, our money, even our lives.
Exactly. And that's why we need to start thinking about AI security differently, more holistically. It's not just an IT problem, it's a societal problem. It affects us all.
Wow. That's a pretty sobering thought. It feels like we're stepping into a whole new era of risk and responsibility when it comes to technology.
We are. The choices we make today about how we develop and use AI, they will have huge implications for the future.
So where do we go from here? What steps can we take to make sure AI is used for good and not for harm?
That's the big question, isn't it? And there's no easy answer. But I think the first step is to just acknowledge how complex this is. We need to move past the hype, the fear, and start having real, honest conversations about the risks and the possibilities.
It sounds like this is just the beginning
Yeah,
of a long, complicated journey.
it is.
But it's a journey we have to take together
Right.
if we want to create a future where AI benefits everyone.
Absolutely. It's going to take collaboration, innovation, and a willingness to adapt. Learn as we go.
That's a really thought-provoking point to end on. But before we wrap up, I think it's important to leave our listeners with something actionable, something they can do right now. What's one thing they can do today to be more aware and prepared for this future with AI and cybersecurity?
Just start paying attention. Read articles, listen to podcasts like this one, talk to experts, engage in discussions. The more you understand about AI, how it can impact your life, the better equipped you'll be to navigate the challenges and the opportunities.
That's great advice. And it really emphasizes the importance of always learning, always adapting. This AI landscape, it's changing so fast. We all need to stay informed, stay agile if we want to stay ahead of the curve.
We can't just assume someone else is dealing with this. It's on all of us.
For sure.
Yeah.
You're going to be informed, proactive, and demand better AI security from the companies we use. But there's this one crucial aspect we haven't really touched on yet, the human element.
Yes. The wild card. See, human psychology, it's often the weakest link, the thing attackers exploit. Our biases, our trust in authority, that fear of missing out.
Right.
It can be manipulated so easily, like we see with those AI phishing scams, those deepfakes.
So even with the best tech, the best security in place, human error can still mess things up.
Exactly. Think of it this way. You can have the strongest digital fortress, right?
Yeah.
But a clever social engineering attack. Someone clicks a bad link, gives away info, it bypasses everything.
Like having an unbreakable vault with the back door wide open?
Perfect analogy. That's why this education, this awareness is so crucial. We need to train people to think critically, question assumptions, be wary of anything that seems too good to be true.
The article, it talked about using simulated AI attacks for employee training, almost like giving them a preview of what these attacks look
Well,
like.
expose them to realistic scenarios and they can learn to spot those red flags. But here's the fascinating thing, the human element. It's not just a weakness. It can be a huge strength in defense, too.
Okay, now I'm curious. How so?
Humans, we have this amazing capacity for pattern recognition, intuition, critical thinking. These are skills that, at least for now, even the most advanced AI can't fully replicate.
So we can use our human strengths to counter AI threats.
Exactly. For example, a security analyst might notice a weird pattern in network traffic, something an AI system misses. Or, say, a customer service rep, they might hear something off in a caller's voice, hinting at a deep fake.
So it's almost like we're in this dance with AI, each partner bringing their own unique strengths.
Love that. The future of cybersecurity, it's not us versus machines. It's about us and machines working together, combining the speed of AI with the creativity, the intuition of human intelligence.
Finding that right balance, the right synergy.
Exactly. We need to know the risks, embrace the good AI can do, and keep adapting as the tech evolves.
That's a really key takeaway here. AI is powerful. It's changing everything about cybersecurity. It's on all of us to stay informed, stay ahead of the curve, and work together to, make sure AI is used for good.
Couldn't have said it better myself. That's what this deep dive has been all about. It's up to us to create a safer, more secure future for everyone.
Great point to end on. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into AI and cybersecurity. And remember, stay informed, stay vigilant, and stay curious.